Hello, I'm Greg Markle, Executive Director of Operation Fresh Start. Welcome as we kick off a year-long celebration of Operation Fresh Start's 50th anniversary. In 50 years, we have done a lot, but more importantly, the community has done a lot. This has been a community effort channeled through the good work of the good staff and the young people we work with here at Operation Fresh Start. Our mission is clear and direct. We help youth achieve self-sufficiency. So we do that in a variety of different programming, which we'll get into some of the details later on it. Most important, though, is our outcomes. Our outcomes are finite and measurable. We've helped over 8,000 youth achieve a high school diploma, a driver's license, and a path to self-sufficiency through employment and/or college. So through this work, we have engaged a whole community, or more to the point, the whole community has engaged us in this mission of making sure young people aged 16 to 24 have a path to success. So thank you again for coming. A little bit about the history. I was not here when we started. I might look old, but not that old. It started really with a gentleman named Jack Ostritz, who we'll hear more about on one of the future days of this program. But he just was meeting young people in the neighborhood. He was a police officer in the Darbo-Worthington area. And he just was talking to them about their path forward and what they were doing. And he engaged them in building a house. He got a little bit of money together and they rehabbed a house. And through that project, he realized that what the young people were bringing to this relationship wasn't really a hammer. He had to supply those, but it was everything that was going on. And the whole organization since then has been based on building that relationship and acting as a mentor for young people as they figure out their future. So 50 years, this is a celebration, but it's also a fundraising event. So I would like to introduce Jody Wires, who's our development director, to talk to you about today and some of the future days of this programming.
Thanks, Greg, and thanks everybody for tuning in. So we are hosting online discussions next week, Monday through Thursday at noon each day. Throughout the week, we'll have speakers, a video highlighting Operation Fresh Start's history and impact, and we'll be presenting past participants, community partners, staff, and donors with awards as well. Hope you can tune in and join us. And to kick off our 50th anniversary, we are working to raise $50,000 to expand our capacity to serve young people and support new programming. If you are able to give, know that your donation is double the impact. Now through September 30th, all donations up to $50,000 will be matched thanks to Second Market Capital Economic Opportunity Foundation. So thank you for your generosity. You can donate online by going to our website, operationfreshstart.org. Thank you.
Hey, Jody. So I'd really like to give a big thanks to Second Market Capital and also our other lead sponsors, Findorf & Sons and Channel 3000 and Channel 3 locally. We are looking to raise funds so that we can continue our great programs and some of our great partnerships. Today's theme is opportunity. And when we look at opportunity, we engage every young person with the idea that they have the opportunity for success, they have the opportunity to achieve their dreams and move forward in life. Many of our young people have come from very difficult backgrounds. About 30% of the young people who we engage with are homeless or housing insecure. But the neat part about the work we do is we engage them at that transition point in life. Much of their past has been painted for them by the family of origin from which they came. And although they carry that forward, as they transition into adulthood, it's a blank slate. They have that opportunity to decide what their future is and work towards it. That opportunity is different depending upon whether you have a high school diploma or you don't. We know that a high school diploma is the single greatest qualifier for employment in Dane County. And we know that there's a significant income difference between the jobs which you can get with a high school diploma and those that you those that you cannot get because you don't have a high school diploma. So with us, one of our greatest partnerships has been Madison Metropolitan School District. And I've been with the organization for about 10 years. I know that the partnership has been really since the beginning, since the very beginning when Jack talked to the first young person about, why don't you try night school? I think I can help you through this. But in the 10 years that I've been here, we have achieved some great results. And what I love about what we do is it's measurable and you can measure that success. So up on your screen right now is a little chart starting in 2010. And it charts both the 4-year graduation rate, but then also the 7-year graduation rate. And the reality is, as a young person, you can graduate from high school up to age 21, or actually through our partnership with the school district up to age 24 in our biggest program called Legacy. So what you see is in 2010, there was a gap of about 5% between those who graduated with a 4-year and those who graduated with a 7-year. So as you go forward, what you're noticing is the 7-year graduation rate is decreasing most years. And how this happened was through this partnership. In 2011, young people who participated in the Legacy program at Operation Fresh Start, through a partnership with the school district and the support of the school board, they were able to achieve a high school diploma rather than a GED, which led to them being more marketable and more successful in our community. It also helped that 7-year graduation rate. So you go forward to 2013, Operation Fresh Start began a program called Options in partnership with the school district, where each young person who hasn't graduated in that 4-year cohort, we reach out to them directly through text, through Facebook, through Snapchat, through a bunch of social media platforms, which I'm too old to really get. But we have staff who reach out to them and work with those young people on a plan to success, a plan to finish high school, and then mentor them through that plan. So that's where you see those 7-year graduation rates, or basically non-completing rates, continue to reduce to 6.7% and 7% for that cohort, which at 4 years would have graduated in 2015. That cohort of 2016, which you notice, it went up. And that's the cohort which was their last chance for graduation was really in this last year. They were turning 21 this last year. So what you see there is the impact of COVID on the graduation rate, on that 7-year graduation rate, I believe, where different programming in the community to help young people finish high school either went virtual or stopped entirely as we work to fight COVID. So our goal with the school district is to readdress this and continue to move those numbers down from that 6.7 or 7% rate and continue to lower that non-completion rate so that we can make sure every young person leaves with that high school diploma so that they can succeed. And with us, we have guests from the Madison Municipal School District. And I think it's special and telling that we have guests both from the school board and the new superintendent, Dr. Jenkins. So I first get to introduce a friend of mine, the president of the Madison Municipal School Board, Gloria Reyes.
Thank you, Greg. Thank you for having me. I am so proud to be a part of Operation Fresh Start's 50th birthday celebration. Operation Fresh Start provides a fresh start for our young adults who have struggled for many reasons in their lives, but have the resiliency to succeed despite the barriers that life has thrown at them. At a critical time in our community of economic instability and loss of jobs, Operation Fresh Start does not give up on our young adults, but instead provides them with opportunities to gain meaningful, supported work experience while completing their high school diploma or completing industry certifications and continuing on to higher education or self-sustaining employment. We have cause to celebrate Operation Fresh Start and all that they do for our community. As we celebrate Operation Fresh Start today, MMSD is also celebrating the hiring of our new superintendent. I am so proud to introduce Dr. Jenkins, who also has a track record of supporting our most vulnerable students, while also bringing his collaborative leadership style to our MMSD school community. Dr. Jenkins?
Thank you so much for that warm introduction there, Chair Reyes. And I have to say, a lot of the work that I've been able to do thus far and looking to do has definitely been in collaboration with our Chair, Ms. Reyes, and the rest of the board members. And the welcoming that this community has put on for myself and for my family has just been remarkable. It's great to return back home. And particularly on this day that we're here celebrating Fresh Start. I have to tell you, in Beloit, Wisconsin, where I started my teaching career, I started my administrative career here in Madison, we had Beloit Fresh Start. So I'm very familiar with what Fresh Start is about. And I couldn't be more prouder as I was as a principal to work with Fresh Start and now as a superintendent to continue with this work. You're talking about back when it first started, connecting our children who have been disconnected from the school system, some leaving school early and had become offenders. And just for the founder to look out and say, hey, no, our children need a fresh start. That's powerful. And it has continued for 50 years. Now, from an economic standpoint, we have to understand each child, each person graduated from high school have a better opportunity to contribute back to our society and be successful. When we look at 8,000 students over the 50 years, about average of about 169 students that we're talking about each year, going on, connecting, getting a fresh opportunity to participate in the highest level of society with the high school diploma and with job training, that's outstanding. When we begin to calculate those numbers, it's really amazing because you're talking about 169 students on average a year. You're talking about the 8,000 students are returned back to our community. If those students are just averaging around living wages, that's roughly $162 million that's been contributed back to our community. So we just can't look at Fresh Start as just like what's happening right now. We have to look at what has happened in the past. Here in Madison Metropolitan School District, we take great pride in trying to make sure that all of our students, at whatever entry points or exit points, that they're equipped with the necessary skills to participate in our society at a high level. So when we think about the alternatives in our community and partners like this with Fresh Start, we couldn't be prouder today. And to say 50 years, I say hats off to you, Fresh Start. And we're looking forward to continuing in our partnerships and expanding what we do in Madison Metropolitan School District with other partners who are looking to assist us in ensuring that our students who are underemployed have these opportunities, not just to become employed, but as you say in Fresh Start, to get these opportunities, these entry opportunities and jobs so that they can build a career and participate in our community at the highest levels. I would also like to mention how this aligns well with our strategic framework. When we look at our strategic framework, when we share in our community our vision for everyone graduating ready for college, ready for careers, and ready for the community, Operation Fresh Start is in great alignment with us because we have students who will go here, gain the competence, and then gain the confidence, and they will continue to participate in what is known as articulated skilled trades, as we're doing right now. Some will go right on to various universities in our community as well. But more important, our last part of that strategic framework, goal 1, they're going to be able to participate in our community and be lifetime partners. That's what we're talking about. The other piece, it aligns well with us. We know historically that our children who have been most disengaged and who falls into those categories of not graduating are our Black and brown children and children who have special needs. And some children who just have extreme poverty have just not had that mentorship, be it poverty or not poverty, experience Operation Fresh Start. And then it really and truly can begin to be acclimated back into our community with those supports. So I can only just tell you that we're looking forward to being a lifelong partner with Operation Fresh Start. And let's get started on reaching out and getting that $50,000. So from me today, from Carlton and Lisa Jenkins, Jasmine, Little Bronze, and our dog Titan, we're giving $500 to get it started with raising this $50,000.
Thank you, Dr. Jenkins. Thank you for joining our community and being our superintendent. I really appreciate that. And thank you for the gift. We didn't invite you here just so that you could give a gift.
Oh, I'll take it back. I can give it to another organization. I know you guys.
No, we're good. We're good. We're good.
That's
So,
supposed to be a matching 500, right?
yes. So that
that's
will be matched.
Okay,
Absolutely.
so we only need $49,000 more, right?
Exactly, and then we're good.
Okay, let's get it going then.
So thank you. Thanks for all your leadership, and we look forward to working with you.
Yes, I look forward to it as well. We do.
Great. Wow. I think we should have had about 50 other guests. No, that was wonderful to hear from Dr. Jenkins and his vision of working with the community, and his experience with the Beloit Fresh Start definitely gives him a good history. A little bit about the history related to that. About 25 years ago, the state actually came to Operation Fresh Start here and asked if there was the possibility for us to train other organizations in Wisconsin on how to do this model. And one of those was the Beloit Fresh Start. So there's about 8 other Fresh Start programs throughout the state who follow sort of our model of doing our deepest program, which is called Legacy. So I could talk forever about our programming and our young people, but really our young people tell the story so much better. So I next get to introduce a little video of some of our young people telling their stories. So here you go.
High school, like I felt like I didn't belong there. I started failing classes, skipping.
I guess a regular school, a lot of times it could be people that get passed without other people seeing them.
My counselors pulled me aside. They're like, yeah, like we're gonna need you to like kind of figure something out because like you're not gonna graduate on time and you may not graduate at all.
I guess like before I was here, I was like you could say like a bad kid, you know, and how like I'm a positive guy.
When I'm done with this program, I want to be in the medical field. Well, a year ago, my grandfather, he had a heart surgery. Obviously, that made me like want to help people.
All the staff have helped me on my road to becoming who I am now and what I want to be. Everybody here is supportive. So when you walk in, there's nobody that's just gonna like brush you off. Everybody work with you. Everybody is here to help. I think I matured a lot. Like, so I used to see things and just lose motivation. Now I see things and try to think of ways I can better myself and better the situation. I want to get into being an arborist and into urban forestry.
There is a person for everything at OFS. This person's going to help you with your interview. This is your teacher in class. They're going to help you with this. They even had a tax person there. It was like, here's this part to the ladder, and then the next person at OFS, here's this part to the ladder. I'm going to give it to you. This is how I'm going to help you. You climb that. If OFS wasn't there, I'm almost positive I wouldn't be where I'm at and doing a lot better for myself.
What Operation Fresh Start does, it tries to bring you it tries to help you start over. They focus you on your goal and they help you try to complete it. I think different now a little bit. I don't have that same child type of mindset. Like I actually think like an adult now too. So it's changed me a lot.
Wow. Like I said, our young people tell our story better than I ever could. What I love about that video is the line, I think different now. So all of those young people were part of our legacy program, which is our deepest, longest lasting program. A young person is with us for about 10 to 12 months. Through that time, they're attaining classroom skills, and they're working on site, building affordable housing and doing major conservation work. But the big part about it is we put them in situations where they aren't comfortable and help them figure out how to make decisions better. And there's actually brain science behind this, which Jack Ostras probably didn't know 50 years ago. But you can actually help a young person mature, their brain mature, by putting them into situations where they have to make decisions. And by doing it in a safe way rather than in perhaps dangerous ways which they might engage in the community. So through that legacy program, it's all about the high school diploma, the driver's license, career-specific credentialing, but there's that whole transformational process, which we will talk more about as we go through the days. But that's really the key of it, that transformation where that young person realizes, I think differently now. So each year we try to narrow it down to a participant of the year in two of our main programs, Legacy and Strive. So to introduce our Legacy program participant of the year, I get the honor of introducing Jason Hankins, who was this young person's supervisor on that Legacy, and then they went further onto the grad crew, which is that step into the construction field. So Jason?
Hi there, thanks Greg. I get to recognize, this award is to recognize a participant who has completed the OFS Legacy and grad crew program within the last year and has shown incredible growth, leadership, and dedication to their pathway to self-sufficiency. It is my great honor to present the 2020 Participant of the Year Legacy Award to Kevin Gutierrez Milan. Kevin is has a very outgoing personality and is one of the strongest characteristics. He has had personal obstacles going on during his time at OFS that would influence many to give up. Perseverance and reaching his goal are important to Kevin. I admire the way he stepped up to the plate and would be here to work regardless of what was going on outside of work, says OFS teacher Kim Ingalls. The upbeat way Kevin handled things was inspiring. His sense of humor was contagious, and he truly made your day better when just talking and laughing with him. The growth that was witnessed with Kevin during his time at OFS was great. He literally went from being a boy to a man. Kevin is one of the hardest working individuals that has been on my crew. He showed up every single day with a positive attitude, no matter what was going on in his life. Kevin showed a very mature adult attitude towards work and his career as he was on site. Kevin was clear on what he wanted and where he was going. He asked many questions on how to get there and where he wanted to go. And we were able to point him in the directions to succeed. Kevin faced many challenges than most here at OFS, but the support of the OFS team and his hard work, Kevin was able to overcome those challenges and continue to succeed and graduate our program. Kevin also was able to succeed and move forward into a great job, allowing him to be more self-sufficient and supply for his family. Kevin was unable to make the meeting today. He is now working for NAMI, which is an HVAC company throughout Madison. And so we will be happy to accept this award for him. So I'd like to congratulate Kevin Gutierrez Milan for the 2020 Participant of the Year Legacy Award. Kevin is here.
Yeah, I was running a little bit late. My bad.
That's all right. You're working.
Yeah.
Well, Kevin, congratulations. The Participant of the Year Award.
Yeah. Thanks.
Thank you, Kevin. Great job.
Hey.
How's work going today?
Pretty good. I'm pretty busy. We need to finish this deadline that we doing right now.
So a year ago, did you ever think that you'd be where you're at right now? A year and a half ago before Fresh Start?
No.
Okay. Well, we're glad you made it. You have a lot to be proud of.
Yeah.
So congratulations again, Jason. because you're at the heart of Kevin's change and ability. So congratulations to both of you.
Thank you.
Thank you. I would also like to say David was a big help, I'm sure, to Kevin too. And David's not here, but I want to give a shout out to him as well.
Great. Yeah, David was Kevin's supervisor before Jason. So he did a lot of good work too. So
Yeah.
thank you to both of you. Our next award is for a participant in the Strive program. The Strive program is a shorter term program, usually about 8 to 10 weeks for a young person who has that high school diploma, but has not engaged in a career path yet where they can become self-sufficient. So we focus on healthcare and then also on construction as career paths for folks in the Strive program. And I'd like to introduce Jasmine Banks, who is the manager for the Strive program, to come in and introduce our Strive Participant of the Year.
So I was introduced to Alex by his aunt, who had actually come to Operation Fresh Start to be a translator for our legacy program. While she was here, she was talking to Greg about her nephew, and they talked about the different programs that Alex might be interested in, and Strive came up. Alex was in a position in his life where he just didn't really know what he wanted to do, and so this seemed appealing to his aunt. So Alex comes in, and we meet in the lobby, and you could definitely tell right away that Alex is not a morning person. He wasn't too excited to be here. So Greg Miller was nice enough to come with me, and we met in my office and talked about Strive. But one of the biggest things that I wanted to learn about Alex was, what did he want to do? When I asked him, he said, my family thinks I should be an actuarian. And I said, well, what's an actuary? And he started to tell me, and he said, it's somebody who's good with numbers. And I listened, and then I said, but what do you want to do? And he didn't know. So I asked Alex if he would think about the next time somebody asked him what did he want to do, if he would just start to think about that. Over the course of 7 weeks, the young person that I had met the morning that he came in, because his aunt thought it was a great idea, I gradually watched him stand up straighter, become more confident, more social. Over the course of 7 weeks, Alex became a leader in his group. It was beautiful to watch Alex grow. One of the things that Alex, during the course of their time here, they were at Thurber Park and they worked with an electrician. And so Alex was able to actually shadow that electrician that was at Thurber Park with them. And he decided he wanted to be an electrician. So one of the skills that an electrician has to have is mathematical skills. So it's interesting how he was able to partner the skills that his parents figured that he had, right? And the skills that he knew that he had, to put it in a position for something that he wanted to do. And so he went to the union, he took their test, he went through their panel interview, he did everything that he needed to do. But again, Alex is not somebody who sits back and waits for opportunities. As we all know, the unions at times have waiting lists. So Alex was put on the list. And in the meantime, he went out and found a job that he absolutely loves. He's an installator, and he absolutely loves it. And when opportunities arose now there were opportunities as an electrician, Alex does not jump just because the opportunity arises. He has made the decision, he loves what he does, and he will continue to do it. So that is truly the reason why we decided to pick Alex for the Strive Participant of the Year. Alex did what he needed to do. We did as an organization and as supervisors what we needed to do, which was provide those resources, that feedback, that mentorship. Alex took it in and used it to move to the next step. So again, that's the reason why Alex is the Strive Participant of the Year, because of his success and his willingness to get outside of his comfort zone.
My name is Alejandro. I used to work at Strive during the summer of 2019. Currently, I'm working for LNC as a mechanical insulator, and currently I'm working on the Promega facility. I definitely think that my participation in the 2019 summer program helped qualify me for the job I currently have. Eventually, I'm going to go on to bigger and better things for myself, but I'm really glad to have been as part of the Strive crew, and I'm super appreciative of the reward. Thank you.
Thank you, Alex. What strikes me most about that is the listening, and that's the most important thing any of us can do with a young person is to listen and then help them figure out where they fit and where they need to go. And that's something which the staff at Operation Fresh Start is just amazing at doing. So I'd like to thank you for spending this half an hour listening to all of us. I'd like to encourage you once again to give. You can go to our website, operationfreshstart.org, and make that gift to help us meet that initial 50,000 as we kick off this year-long celebration with a year-long goal of $1 million. We've got some time to make it. Right now, we're trying to hit that 50,000. So thank you for being part of this. We encourage you to come back Monday for the next day in this series. And, if you're having a bad day, come, you'll feel better. The world's a good place when you have Operation Fresh Start as part of it. Thank you.